folks, so this is what we working on today. I kind of already started pretty much just getting after it, and did realize, I'm like, yo, I could have at least started getting at least something. I researched this a lot because I wasn't too sure what was all involved in it, and I kind of like intimidated myself. But long story short, I took the truck to a guy. He did the rear for me, came out great, but for whatever reason the pinion seal was leaking, and I wasn't sure if it was the pinion seal until after I drove for a little bit and saw the source. Took it to him to do it. He was swamped, couldn't get his hands on it in time, and it's my daily driver, so I had to get it back and pretty much go after it myself. So this is what we got going on here. These are the pinion yokes, and here's the pinion seals. Now every time I go and look for one, even on like AutoZone, which I pretty much have a good time with them as far as working stuff out and finding parts and them having the right stuff, as long as I search it properly. But this is the style seal that came and that pops up when you look for it on AutoZone. As you can see, I already done pried it out, but the difference you'll see is that one has a lip, one does not. So this lip here, this is the outside of the seal that faces out towards you. This is what goes inside of the axle. So this is the part that goes inside on this side. So a lot of people say that these leak because they're not the right ones, but for whatever reason, these come up a lot when you search for the correct one for the C1500. And this one, I actually ordered an entire AC Delco kit that came with a whole new pinion yoke. It came with the seal with the lip, and it came with a new nut and washer, but that's on the other side. So reason why I got the whole thing is because I kind of wanted everything to be fresh. It was like 90 bucks for the whole thing after taxes on Amazon, and I had a feeling this might be a little rough, and it does look kind of rough. I'm not sure if the surface it rides on has gotten aged or grooved into over time. I don't know, but I am hoping and praying that me going through this does not end up in a leak after it's done, because I've had that happen to me multiple times with multiple projects. So hoping for the best with this one. All right guys, sorry in advance for the glare because of the sun and whatnot, and once again I got class in like 2 hours. Brought it upon myself. I should have started earlier. I was doing some other crap, but anyway, here we go. As you saw earlier, the seal, I popped that off, and now we're pretty much looking at the pinion coming out, and you can see that's the bearing in there. So when I took it off, just out of curiosity, I wasn't sure exactly what torque it was, so I kind of ended up getting the toy that I've been wanting to get, and it actually wasn't bad at all. So this was probably like, I want to say 100 bucks. It is, let me get a better shot here. This is the AC Delco, what's that called? It's the AC Delco digital torque wrench, and I think the most I saw when I went to go take this off was maybe 40 pounds. It wasn't a whole lot, and also it slid off and didn't give me a problem coming off either, probably because it was recently apart when the guy did my rear. So at this point, I'm probably going to try to recreate those pounds, but also at the same time, from the videos I watched, as you put the pinion yoke in, you can still feel like some up and down, left and right play. Once you tighten, from what I've seen, once you've tightened it up to a point where you no longer have that up and down, left and right play, you should probably stop right there. And most guys, with the one videos I saw, they weren't replacing all of the stuff, which is pretty much the nut, new pinion yoke, the washer, all that. What they'll do is they'll paint a line on all the old stuff going straight down, so that they can realign it and try to get the nut as close to where the paint mark is as possible. And that's how they've done it when they do it, reinstalling the older things. I'm kind of a little disadvantage here because I'm not doing that. Everything's going to be brand new. So I'm going to clean this surface real good and put a little bit of I'm about to say anti-seize, put a little bit of sealant around the actual seal itself, and put it in. Okay, so I do not have any sealer, and I gotta hurry up. So I believe this is the stuff, like it being black around here is kind of what they consider to be like what will be a sealer once you tap it in, but people throw a little extra on. I'm just going to tap it in as is, and tap it in the best way I can, because I don't have a socket big enough to really get the whole thing around. So I'm kind of going to tap around with the my dead blow and try to do the best I can here. And I have my regular hammer too. Alright, I think we're getting close. It's I can feel it's flush around here. I feel like I need to tap some more in this area somewhat, but almost there. All right, we are flush. So now what I'm going to do is get some grease, put some grease along inside the rubber boot, and put a little grease on the outside of the actual yoke, pinion yoke. Get it in place and start tightening it down. Tightening it down. Hey, that's enough. Leave it alone. Move on. This is why y'all can't get along in the first place. Alright, so now this is in, and I'm going to use my new washer. Get that in there, and get the nut on, tighten it down, and guess what? And I'm going to pray that I don't die on the road. Alright, where's my handy dandy? Alright, so here's what it looks like I gotta do. Gotta get two of these bad boys in here. One, and two. Oh. Two. Okay, now get this bad boy in here. You know what? I think I'm gonna go this way. Why not? Okay, so now it's actually seated on the pinion yoke to the point where it stopped me from doing it easy. So now I'm just gonna check for any play. I feel a slight bit, but I'm not getting much at all. So I know I'm almost home. So now at this point, I'm probably going to go back and torque it to where I had it. So here's something important actually. When I got this rear done, I decided that I was going to upgrade and spend the extra 15 bucks, 20 bucks, it might even have been 22 bucks. But instead of going with the traditional crush washer, I went with a solid washer. A crush washer is the reason why people run into a lot of issues, because once you over torque on a crush washer, whatever gaps and whatnot you had with your shims, now that that washer is no longer the thickness that it was, it's going to mess with some stuff. I'm not going to sit here and try to lie to you and give you super technical details on that, but I know that that right there is one of the main reasons why it's an issue. So that also is what made me feel comfortable enough to attempt this, is because I do not have a crush washer in here. But even if I did, the videos I saw, they still did exactly what I did. You just want to watch your torquing and don't overdo it. So I'm gonna get this to about 40. Oh shoot. Wrong direction. This needs to be flipped. Not even sure if I have that correct, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, so it's in, tightened it up. I'm gonna go back there, put in some fluid. I don't need to show you guys how to do that. And hopefully when I go and drive to class, which I gotta hurry up, hop in the shower and leave, once I get to class, if I have time, I'll get up under it immediately and try to get like a shot of it to see if it's still leaked. And hopefully there is nothing, but now that I done changed this out and hopefully it stopped, I can get rid of all of this grease and gunk that it was so pointless of me trying to clean because it would just keep coming back. I mean, look at it. Look. The top is freaking coated. It's ridiculous. My shocks, everything, all this work that I did that was pretty behind U-bolts and shims. And same thing on my gas tank. Like, it's dripping from my gas tank, even though I need to change the tank anyway. But so hopefully this puts a stop to it, man. I really hope so. But we'll see. Yes, people. Yes. Success, man. 6 freaking cess. Now, this is so big for me because out of my luck, man, when it comes to changing like seals like that, horrible. I'm like freaking 5 for 50, dude, when it comes to doing these things. And finally, it's actually not leaking. It's not. That's a win. There is nothing on the ground whatsoever. Let's try to look at that. Boom! Look at that. Bone dry. Well, I mean, I wish the truck was, but it's not. I still have to address, like, all of that freaking oil up there, man. Like, it's a lot. And on top of that, I mean, the oil gets freaking everywhere. Like, if you look, let me try to get at the drive shaft here. So, coming on down. Whoop. Where are you at? Look at that. That is a drip of oil from pretty much having the oil drop from off of the dang bed down onto here. So I have so much power washing to do, it's ridiculous. But it's a win, people. It's a win. Yeah, it's about time, y'all. About time. Like I said, I have had, I mean, horrible results when it comes to trying to do those seals. I mean, those seals, they always give me a run for my money. I've changed them like 5 times each one. So this one worked. It worked. And now I can move on to cleaning it up. I got like one other leak to address, just one. Once I get that one out of the way, rear will be bone dry. Fantastic. Then I can get back to try to make it look pretty. But yeah, until then, anybody else, hopefully this helps somebody. And I'll see you on the next one.